Did you know that frontman David Grohl originally wanted to put a therapist couch on the cover of the band's second album? Or that the album received its name because of an old bowling pin? What about the drummer who left the band due to creative differences with David Grohl? Stick around and we'll answer these questions and more on 10 Things You Didn't Know About the Color and the Shape by Foo Fighters. And keep watching until the very end for a special treat. Number 1. Drummer Drama. Original drummer William Goldsmith left the band due to creative differences with David Grohl. The band originally recorded the album in Washington State at Bear Creek Studio in November of 1996. However, in February of 1997, David Grohl decided to take the songs to Hollywood's Grandmaster Recorders to re-record most of the album with Grohl performing the drum parts. In 2011, Grohl confessed to an interviewer backstage at Oxygen. There were a lot of reasons it didn't work out, but there was also a part of me that was like, I don't know if I'm finished playing the drums yet. I wish that I would have handled things differently. Number 2. Taylor Hawkins. New drummer Taylor Hawkins makes a few cameos. Although he joined after Grohl had already recorded the drum tracks, the band were kind enough to allow him to be in the music videos for the album. Number 3. Thrift Store Inspiration. The album's title was inspired by a bowling pin purchased at a thrift shop. The band's tour manager, Gil Norton, was known to rummage around at thrift stores and come back with odd knickknacks and memorabilia. At one point, he purchased a bowling pin with red and white stripes. As he explained, he enjoyed the color and the shape of it. The band found his phrasing to be humorous and decided to use that as the album title, complete with the British spelling of the word color in homage to Norton's British heritage. Number 4. Ordinary Heroes. Grohl wrote My Hero as a tribute to ordinary everyday heroes. In 2006, he told an interviewer at Kerrang!, "Heroes are a funny thing. When I was young, I had Kiss posters and I listened to Rush and thought the Beatles were magicians. But the real heroes in my life were people that I was close to. Pete Stahl, who was a singer of Scream, was one. I was 17 years old when we hit the road and that guy showed me the ropes. So to me, he was a hero. And family members. My mom's a saint. She raised 2 kids with no money, and we managed to be a happy family, so she seems like a hero to me." Number 5. Inspired by Queen. Grohl redid the drums on See You to sound like a popular hit from the rock band Queen. As he explains, "It was the one song that nobody wanted to put on the record, but it's my favorite song. I think that the only reason it ended up on the record was that I redid the drum track to make it sound like Crazy Little Thing Called Love by Queen." Number 6. Monkey Wrench. The lyrics for Monkey Wrench were inspired by the collapse of Grohl's 4-year marriage to ex-wife Jennifer Youngblood. The frontman explains, "Monkey Wrench is about living with someone and feeling like you're living in a fucking cell. A dysfunctional relationship that's bound to fail. And then I wound up getting a divorce." He also added, "It was a riff that turned into another riff that turned into another riff and ended up being a nice little power punk song." Well, you know what they say. If you can dodge a divorce, you can dodge a... Oh, never mind. Number 7. Veruca Salt. Lyrics to Everlong were inspired by Grohl's romance with Louise Post of 90s alternative rock band Veruca Salt. The singer explained, "That song's about a girl that I'd fallen in love with, and it was basically about being connected to someone so much that not only do you love them physically and spiritually, but when you sing along with them, you harmonize perfectly." So what you're telling me is that the seether is neither loose nor tight. Interesting. Number 8. Burp. The Evil Dead. The music video for Everlong is a parody of cult classic film The Evil Dead. The video includes an extended version of the song, and stars Grohl and Hawkins as Sid Vicious and Nancy Spungen at a party. It was also nominated for Best Rock Video at the 1998 MTV Video Music Awards. Number 9. Musical Therapy. David Grohl thought about putting a therapist couch on the album cover. After creating the track listing, Grohl felt that the flow of music from beginning to end was similar to a therapy session, evolving from panic and fear to resolve and self-assurance. I mean, it's not as cool as an alien laser gun, but okay. Number 10. Pat Smear's departure. The famed former Germs guitarist would literally pass his guitar to the new guitarist Franz Stahl during a performance at the 1997 MTV Music Video Awards, after announcing that Monkey Wrench would be the last song that he would perform with the band. Luckily for us, this statement would turn out to be false. However, it stood as fact for at least 14 years.
I am tired of these jokes about my giant hand. The first such incident occurred in 1950. There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. What? It's showtime!